All right, friends. Today is Sunday. Big day. Sunday fun day. I'm Aaron Michael Eschenberg, and this is your horoscope for Sunday, the 10th of February. Now, I've been talking about the 10th of February here. I've been talking about this day all weekend. Why is this a big day? This day, there's three endings. Today is day one of the ending. Okay, the Moon, Mars, and Uranus are all up in Aries. This is self breakthrough. Uranus has been in Aries for 7 years. 7 years. Now, just for a little bit last year, it dipped into Taurus, retrograded back into Aries, and then on March 6th, it's going to officially be in Taurus for the next 7 years, ending this rebellious, self-awakening aspects of Uranus and Aries. All right. So today, Sunday, the Moon is conjunct Mars, then it moves forward. Mars is at like 27 degrees, okay? Mars, 27 degrees. Uranus is at 29 degrees. And anything at the last degrees, there's two planets right now at the last degrees, 29 degrees. Uranus in Aries, last degrees, 29. And then we have Chiron in Pisces, 29 degrees Pisces. When you talk to anybody about this astrology stuff, and they will tell you the last degrees are the hardest to get through. You know, it's like anybody in a project, the last 10%, you know, like the 90% we got through, but the last 10% is always the most challenging, most difficult aspects to work through. That's where we are. And we're talking about two planets that want to create great change in our lives. One wants us to heal, the other wants us to kind of break through. You know, like the Kool-Aid man breaking through the wall. This is like, wah! You know, a very large expression of energy, and it has to do with self. It's a 7-year cycle. Chiron takes about 5 to 6 years to move through, and that's in Pisces. This is about mental. So we have, you know, this mental breakthrough happening, and it's just like, heal these wounds, heal these wounds. I'll let you to know that you are enough, you're good enough, you're strong enough, you're smart enough, you have the ability, mental capacity to make your way through the next endeavor. And I want to make sure that, you know, Saturn is up in Capricorn, Pluto's up in Capricorn, Venus is just joined, but I mean, that's, you know, a personal planet. These big guys, they're wanting to make sure that we understand the lessons before we move on. Pluto wants us to transform the way we govern ourselves. Saturn wants us to add more structure and discipline in our daily lives. Hey, just takes a few seconds, you know, to do a couple jumping jacks or some of these things, or little yoga, just breathing, you know. These are important, you know. Again, the spiritual work, taking care of self, connecting with source, connecting ourselves. This is so important right now as we're moving through this journey. All right, so Sunday, this is the end of phase 1 of this Uranus thing, is we have the Moon. So the Moon, every month, you know, the Moon goes around the whole zodiac. And every month, the Moon connects with Uranus. And this is saying emotional breakthrough. And then we have Mars takes about 2 years to travel around the zodiac. And then Uranus, 84 years, right? So we're never going to see, most of us will never see, unless science really changes, we're never going to see Uranus in Aries again in our lifetime. Mars, however, will be back in another, 2 years. So the Moon is going to move and connect with Mars at 27 degrees, then connect at 29 degrees to Aries. Moon is emotions. Aries is self, initiation, the spark, the start. You know, it's like when you summertime, and you look in the concrete, in the sidewalk, and you see this weed that has come up through, and you're thinking, wow, how did this little weed have the strength to break the concrete and to grow? You know, or look at the Packard plant here in Detroit. You know, I've been up on that bridge, 2 years ago, and there was so much plants and weeds growing through the bridge. Last week, it had actually collapsed. Okay, so when we look at Aries, we can look at that as like the weed. It's the initiation. It's breaking through these cracks. Okay, and it's saying, again, that Kool-Aid man, this large burst of energy, like, I'm here, I'm doing this stuff. It's intense. This is intense self breakthroughs. So the Moon coming in is about emotion. Mars is about the acceleration the passion to make something happen, and Uranus is that eureka moment, the aha, the breakthrough. Okay? So, again, first step one is the moon moving through these two aspects. Hey, we've got to make sure our emotions are in check. And they're going to be making a square to Pluto in Capricorn, saying, hey, you got to transform this stuff. You know, you can't have a breakdown every time, you know, if you're at work, you know, Capricorn is about work, business, you know, reputation, public image. Moon's about emotions. Mars is about passion and the driving force. Uranus is the breakthrough, right? So we have these squaring each other. So the moon, Mars, and Uranus squaring Pluto in Capricorn. And Pluto is kind of he's the biggest, baddest dog. Oh, he's a little tiny planet. He's probably the heaviest hitter next to Saturn in the zodiac. And they're both in Capricorn saying, get it together. Get your stuff together. Everyone's watching you. Everyone's watching you have this breakdown or this meltdown or think that you can't do something. It's like, just breathe and know that you can. Know that you can make your way through it. And the next step, so the moon's going to move out of Aries tomorrow night. It's going to move into Taurus, which is good, grounding emotions into Taurus later on in the evening. Now on the 12th, I know this is the daily I'm talking about a lot right now, the 12th, because I'm setting you up with what's going on here. This is, again, it's like a three-parter. The 12th to the 13th is when Mars officially connects with Uranus at the 29th degree. And then March 6th, is when Uranus finally moves into Taurus, permanently ending that cycle. So those are the 3 days. So ending number one is today. And this is, again, about really putting ourselves in check right now, making sure we're not, you know, again, we're squaring the nodes as well. That has not changed. We need to make sure that we're clearing the ideas and the concepts of the past that are holding us from being the vision of the self that we see in the future, of where we're going. This is absolutely, absolutely key and important, that we're setting that weight down. We cannot afford to carry this with us as we move forward. Now, I'm a bit of a repeating, you know, broken record here, but that is the name of the game over Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, another big aspect here on Sunday is the Mercury is finally going to move out. So it's going to connect with Uranus. You know, we talked about that yesterday, that kind of like breakthrough in communication that's going to happen, you know, probably later last night or early this morning. You know, so that moves into Pisces at like 4 a.m.-ish today. So when we're talking about our planet of intellect, you know, mental stimuli, and how we trade and communicate with our friends and business, whatever, when we go into Pisces, things become very obscure, intangible, not concrete. It's not that you can't just put your finger on it and say it's this. And it's like, well, it could be this, it could be this. What color is that? Is it, you know, is it green? Is it blue? Is it turquoise? Is it teal? Is it, I don't know. You know, things become a little bit less tangible, a little bit less specific. You know, this kind of the broadening aspects, So as we are moving through this personal breakthrough, the last time we're going to see this kind of breakthrough, again in the 7 years, this has to do with our emotions and our passion and energy toward moving through to this. This should be exciting. Let's break it down to that. This should be an exciting time. You should be excited. This is the safest time to be alive in the world. You can literally, you know, I remember, you know, I try not to make these about me. This is like my great grandmother would tell me stories about my grandpa having to walk on Monday 8 hours to go get flour, and then 8 hours back on his 1 day off. And at the end of the year, they saved $1. At the end of their very first year being married, they saved a single dollar, and they bought some silverware, forks and knives and stuff. It's like, whoa, you know. That's not that terribly long ago, you know. And to think we have 7-Elevens at every quarter mile, we've got Starbucks, we've got, you know, the technology on our phones in our pocket is revolutionary. You know, it's the fax machine, it's the scanner, it's the phone, it is the communication device, but it is the camera. I mean, it is all of these things, your email, the carrier pigeon, whatever. I mean, it's literally your radio. It's everything in this one little tiny thing. You know, like the technology that we have right now, and there are so many other aspects of why this is a great time to be alive. Wow, the sun is just beaming in here. So we're going to go with it. it's a great time to be alive. Let the light come in. You know, we don't have to we don't have to shroud this out anymore. We don't have to deny it or think of reasons why we shouldn't be happy, or why we can't go on this adventure, why we can't, you know, move forward and create the life of our dreams. And we absolutely can. We absolutely can. And with Mercury, our intellect, moving into Pisces, things will be a little bit more obscure, but at the same time, we can kind of see the bigger picture. We can start to imagine and dream of something larger. And as we're going to have this breakthrough today, emotional breakthrough, this passionate drive to break through, this excitement of life, to fall in love with life. Because it's good and it's yours. It's yours. You know, you're the creator. You have the perspective. Is your dream. You know, this is your playground. And how you choose to go out and, you know, play on the monkey bars or whatever, it's completely up to you. And right now it's like this turning the light on and saying, oh, I was looking at this wrong my entire life. And now I can start a new beginning. Really, really embrace this new beginning and this new journey. And that starts today. Starts today, and then we're going to get hit with again similar energy around the 12th, 13th, and then on the 6th. We're moving on. We're you know, it's like we are completely in a new territory come the 6th of March. So, happy Sunday Fun Day. I will probably be doing, this is 11 minutes long. This is pretty long for one of my dailies. I'll probably be doing something more, you know, more talk on this topic on my Facebook channel. So I know this goes to YouTube and Facebook, to the Honest Aim channel. So I'll probably do a little WhatsApp talk about it a little later today. So I don't know, if you feel like tuning in for that on Facebook, cool. If not, this is enough. You've got it. You've got this going on. Enjoy your day. It's a great day. It's breakthroughs, baby. Woo! See you tomorrow.